So California is the most progressive state, or it's seen by many as the most progressive state in America. And everyone who knows anything about like criminal culture knows that California prison system is the most racially segregated in the country. It is militant about it. And this is by no means a condemnation of the inmates or the people who live in it, because you either get down or you get laid down. There ain't no heroes in there. That's just the way it is. I understand you got to play by the rules. But California, the state, as progressive as it is, does nothing about what it should see as this massive scourge. Like, you hear the California politicians talk about racism, it is like the greatest blight. Didn't they declare it like a terrorist threat or something like that? Like, racism is the greatest threat to America. Wasn't that a thing? Doesn't matter. But you'd think they'd want to do something about that. You'd think the progressive state of California would look at their prison system and be like, oh my, we have the most racist prisons in America. We need to do something about this. Now, why don't they? Do they want it that way? Does it make the inmates easier to deal with if everyone is hating each other along racial lines? Then it's easier, if we got everyone at each other's throats, it's easier for us to maintain the facility. That would be my guess, but I don't know. Wouldn't they want to do something about this? Wouldn't there be, all the colleges and so forth would be holding protests like end racism now? Because it just runs rampant in there and nobody gives a fuck, right? It's just like, fuck them dudes. They lost their chance. But the people who are most vulnerable to the state are the inmates of the state. So you'd think that out of the uber progressive state of California, they would do something about this, right? But no. So they must want it that way because there's no steps to do anything about it. There's no plans on the docket to change it. No one ever talks about it. No one really even cares about it, but, freaks like me. Like, that seems really hypocritical that you go on and on about the evils of racism, and in your own state, you have the most racist prisons. So racist, they have exported their playbooks to other states around them, and they are now following those politics too. Like, that's crazy, right? Hey, who knows? But that just seems hypocritical to me.